Before we begin, the missile defense system that protects some of the world's most important cities can cost more than $3 million per shot. One missile, one launch, one target. Now imagine firing dozens of them in a single night. That is the reality of modern air defense, and the reason some military analysts call interceptor missiles the most expensive projectiles ever used in warfare. This is the story of the Patriot missile. The story begins during the Cold War. In the 1960s, the United States faced a terrifying possibility: Soviet aircraft and ballistic missiles capable of striking NATO forces across Europe within minutes. Traditional anti-aircraft guns were no longer enough. Fighter jets could intercept some threats, but missiles were becoming faster, higher flying, and far harder to stop. The U.S. Army needed something new, a defensive shield in the sky. The program that would eventually become the Patriot began in 1963. Engineers designed a radar-guided missile system capable of detecting enemy aircraft, tracking them automatically, and destroying them mid-air before they reached their targets. The name Patriot was actually an acronym: Phased Array Tracking Radar to Intercept on Target. Unlike earlier air defense systems that required operators to manually guide missiles, Patriot relied on advanced radar computers. A single radar could track dozens of targets at the same time while guiding multiple missiles simultaneously. It was one of the first true automated missile defense systems ever built. When the Patriot system finally entered service in the 1980s, its primary job was simple: shoot down enemy aircraft. But history quickly gave it a much bigger role. In 1991, during the Gulf War, Iraq launched dozens of Soviet-designed Scud ballistic missiles toward Saudi Arabia and Israel. These missiles traveled at more than 5 times the speed of sound and carried explosive warheads capable of devastating cities. The Patriot became the first system in history used to intercept ballistic missiles in combat. Television cameras around the world captured dramatic footage: bright streaks of light racing through the sky as Patriots launched to meet incoming Scuds. For many people watching at home, it looked like science fiction, missiles colliding with other missiles in midair. But the technology behind that moment was incredibly complex. A Patriot battery uses powerful radar to detect a missile launch hundreds of kilometers away. The radar calculates the enemy missile's trajectory in seconds and predicts where it will travel. Then the system launches an interceptor missile that accelerates to nearly Mach 5, guided by radar updates from the ground. The newest Patriot interceptor does not explode near the target. Instead, it destroys the incoming missile using kinetic impact, essentially slamming into it at thousands of kilometers per hour. Engineers call it hit-to-kill technology. It is like hitting a bullet with another bullet. But there is one major problem: cost. A single Patriot interceptor missile can cost between $3 and $4 million, depending on the variant. The radar system, launch vehicles, and support equipment for a full battery can cost more than $1 billion. That means every interception is incredibly expensive. Now consider the new reality of modern warfare. Many of the threats Patriot must defend against today are cheap drones or simple cruise missiles that cost only tens of thousands of dollars to build. In some conflicts, attackers launch large numbers of these inexpensive weapons at once, forcing defenders to choose between letting them hit their targets or firing extremely expensive interceptors. This is known as the economics of air defense. Imagine an attacker launching a drone that costs $20,000. To stop it, the defender fires a $3 million interceptor. Even if the defense works perfectly, the defender is spending 150 times more money than the attacker. Over time, that imbalance can become a strategic problem. This is why militaries around the world are now racing to develop cheaper ways to shoot down drones, including laser weapons, electronic warfare systems, and rapid-fire cannons designed to intercept targets at a fraction of the cost. But for now, when a country faces the threat of ballistic missiles capable of destroying cities, the Patriot system remains one of the most trusted defenses ever built. More than 18 countries operate Patriot batteries today, including the United States, Germany, Japan, Israel, and several NATO allies. The system has intercepted missiles in multiple conflicts and continues to evolve with new radar and interceptor technologies. Each launch represents an extraordinary moment of engineering, a machine designed to detect danger in seconds and stop it before it reaches the ground. A missile costing millions of dollars launched to stop a weapon that may cost only thousands. The mathematics of modern war has changed, and sometimes the most expensive missile ever made is not designed to destroy a city, but to save one. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe.